Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. Let's go start now. During this week's edition of WWE SmackDown, Jimmy Uso contested a Money in the Bank qualifying match. Big Jim took on Solo Sikoa and Rey Fenix in a triple threat bout, which ended with Sikoa emerging as the victor. Jimmy Uso didn't take the pin from the Bloodline leader. However, this loss will keep him out of the traditional men's MITB ladder match this year. Following the development, Jimmy Uso might disappear from WWE TV for a while, as he is not part of a major storyline heading into the Money in the Bank Premium Live event. As of this writing, Jimmy is directionless on SmackDown after losing a high-stakes contest. This means he will likely miss Money in the Bank 2025. The triple threat contest this past Friday provided him a chance to secure a spot in the ladder match. However, Sikoa managed to punch his ticket to the California event. WWE might briefly write the former champion off television without any explanation. If Jimmy were part of a notable storyline instead, he might have been booked for Money in the Bank, but that is not the case. Fans on the internet are upset with the 39-year-old star's defeat, as they truly wanted to see him thrive as a singles competitor post-WrestleMania 41. As of now, this is mere speculation, and nothing has been confirmed. How can WWE push Jimmy Uso following his recent loss on SmackDown? Despite not booking him to qualify for the MITB ladder match, World Wrestling Entertainment can still push Jimmy Uso. One of the ways to keep Big Jim in the spotlight is by featuring him in a mid-card title storyline. The former champion has loyal fans who want him to be part of a mid-card title feud. As of now, the United States Championship is on the shoulders of Jacob Fatu, who is part of the Bloodline. However, things aren't fine between the Samoan Werewolf and Solo Sikoa. The Triple A-led creative team can use the differences between the Bloodline members to push Jimmy Uso. Firstly, they could crown Jimmy as the #1 contender for the United States Championship. Sikoa and JC Mateo could eventually cost Fatu the title in a potential championship match against Big Jim. A United States title win could portray Jimmy Uso as a major single star. In the process, the company could also deepen the cracks within the Bloodline. Outside of wrestling, he enjoys painting, sketching, and immersing himself in the world of PC and PlayStation gaming, showcasing his creativity and love for entertainment. Love became a pro wrestling fan after watching Royal Rumble 2014 and became a Brock Lesnar guy following the 2015 edition of Royal Rumble. He admires the sheer power and dominance the Beast incarnate displayed in his triple threat match against John Cena and Seth Rollins. However, one of his favorite matches is Seth Rollins versus Randy Orton at WrestleMania 31, where Orton delivered one of the greatest RKOs ever, the Catalyst, Drew McIntyre's post-match assault. On the latest episode of SmackDown, Jimmy Uso secured a victory over Drew McIntyre. However, the celebration was short-lived as McIntyre launched a brutal post-match assault on Jimmy. This attack has led to widespread speculation that WWE may use this incident as a storyline mechanism to write Jimmy off television temporarily. Such narrative-driven injuries are a common tactic in professional wrestling to facilitate a wrestler's hiatus, whether for rest, recovery, or to build anticipation for a future return. Strategic timing. Absence from Elimination Chamber. Adding to the speculation is Jimmy Uso's noticeable absence from the upcoming Elimination Chamber Premium Live event. He has not been booked for any matches or segments, suggesting a deliberate decision by WWE to sideline him temporarily. This absence could serve multiple purposes, allowing Jimmy time off, creating a sense of unpredictability, and setting the stage for an impactful return that could reignite existing feuds or start new ones. Potential return and feud with Shinsuke Nakamura. There have been subtle hints pointing toward a potential feud between Jimmy Uso and current United States champion Shinsuke Nakamura. In a recent backstage segment on SmackDown, Nakamura was seen observing Jimmy, sparking rumors of an impending rivalry. Should Jimmy return in time for WrestleMania 41, a storyline culminating in a U.S. title match between the two could be a compelling narrative, especially considering Jimmy's quest for single success and redemption. The broader Bloodline saga. Jimmy's potential hiatus also fits within the larger context of the ongoing Bloodline storyline, with Solo Sikoa establishing his own faction and tensions rising within the family. Jimmy's temporary departure could be a narrative device to further develop these dynamics. Upon his return, Jimmy could find himself at a crossroads, choosing between realigning with his family or forging his own path, adding depth to his character and the overarching storyline. A calculated creative pivot. In WWE, timing is everything. Jimmy Uso's rumored departure isn't just about physical recovery or personal time off. It reflects the company's evolving creative direction. WWE often implements strategic absences to keep superstars fresh, prevent overexposure, and reintroduce them with greater fanfare. In Jimmy's case, this move could represent a calculated pause in his on-screen journey, offering space for dramatic reinvention upon return. Jimmy has historically been portrayed as the loyal yet impulsive twin, constantly torn between allegiance to Roman Reigns' vision of the bloodline and his brother Jey Uso's rebellious independence. His character arc has thrived on conflict and emotional struggle. A temporary disappearance could enhance that complexity by forcing the WWE Universe to question his loyalties and future intentions. Shifting dynamics within the bloodline. Solo Sikoa's increased prominence in recent weeks and Roman Reigns' absence since WrestleMania 40 have left the bloodline in flux. This creates a perfect narrative environment for character shifts and realignments. With Jimmy potentially stepping away, the group's internal balance changes yet again, opening opportunities for Solo to step up as a dominant figure or perhaps turn against his cousin altogether. Meanwhile, Paul Heyman's reaction to the Bloodline's recent implosions has remained characteristically ambiguous. If Jimmy returns at a later point, possibly as a changed man, either vengeful or realigned with new allies, it could completely reset the Bloodline's power structure heading into major events like SummerSlam or WrestleMania 41. Seeds planted for a redemption arc? Jimmy Uso's current character is in desperate need of evolution. Since betraying his twin brother Jey last year and siding with Roman, his role has oscillated between comedic enforcer and misguided sibling. Fans have noted that Jimmy's storyline hasn't been as layered or impactful compared to Jey's main event singles push on Raw. WWE could use his absence to lay the groundwork for a long-term redemption arc. Imagine a re-debuting Jimmy Uso, battle-hardened, reflective, and perhaps even apologetic, finally coming to terms with his choices. He could seek revenge on Solo Sikoa for replacing him, attempt to reunite with Jey, or even challenge for a mid-card or major title to prove his individual worth. WWE thrives on comeback stories, and Jimmy's would be ripe with emotional payoff. Behind-the-scenes considerations. While there's no confirmed report that Jimmy Uso is dealing with a real-life injury or personal issue, it's not unusual for WWE to offer key players time off during less critical windows, especially if they've been involved in long-term storylines. The Bloodline angle, now running for over 3 years, is one of WWE's most creatively draining yet rewarding stories. A short hiatus could provide much-needed mental and physical recuperation. Moreover, WWE's decision to rest Jimmy while keeping Solo, Roman, upon return, and Jey in active circulation shows that the company is pacing its biggest angle to last well into 2025. This slow burn strategy has been effective so far, and Jimmy's break might serve as a reset button before a major narrative beat drops later in the year. Fan reactions and speculation. Fan speculation has reached a fever pitch online. Reddit threads, Twitter/X posts, and YouTube comments are flooded with theories ranging from Jimmy joining Judgment Day to him confronting The Rock should he return. While most of these are speculative, it speaks to Jimmy's relevance that even a potential short-term absence generates such buzz. Many fans have also voiced the desire to see Jimmy receive a proper singles push, perhaps starting with a strong rivalry with Shinsuke Nakamura, LA Knight, or even AJ Styles. WWE is known to test singles runs after faction stories conclude, and Jimmy could follow the same trajectory as his brother Jey, who has thrived as a solo competitor. When could Jimmy return? Based on the WWE calendar, likely return windows include Money in the Bank, July 2025. A perfect spot for a dramatic return, particularly if a major bloodline match is in the works. SummerSlam, August 2025. A blockbuster event where Jimmy could interfere, align, or turn on a major character. SmackDown episode before Survivor Series, November 2025. If WWE wants to rekindle the traditional bloodline versus outsiders faction warfare. Each of these options allows WWE to deliver a shocking return with major consequences, boosting viewership and storyline stakes.